He brought his wife to have dinner with his parents, but his father's words were actually mocking his wife. He held back his anger and reminded his father to know when to stop. But unexpectedly after hearing this the other party became even worse. What use are you anyway? Even cats and dogs know to do something for the family besides eating and drinking. How come you don't do anything at all? The man was already annoyed by being lectured by elders during meals. Not to mention this time it was targeting his own wife. He got up planning to leave with his wife. Who knew his father would suddenly stand up? The man immediately pulled his wife into his arms to protect her. At the same time intense anger surged through his heart, because he realized his father's treatment of his mute daughter-in-law must be connected to those threatening phone calls lately. The criminals had threatened on the phone for Baek Si-yeon to divorce his mute wife, after not getting the result they wanted. They then targeted Seo-ju's mentally challenged biological father. When Baek Si-yeon arrived he learned his father-in-law was fine, but seeing his wife crying her heart out still made his heart ache. He told Seo-ju he would move her father to a new nursing home. For 3 years of marriage her husband always gave off a cold distant feeling. Suddenly hearing him call her dad father, Seo-ju's heart ached, and tears instantly poured out. However this completely confused her husband nearby. But Baek Si-yeon only thought his wife's sobbing sounds were from being traumatized, so he didn't think much of it at the time. Feeling deeply sorry for his wife, he comforted her saying cry it all out if you want to cry. So now seeing his father treat his daughter-in-law this way, Baek Si-yeon assumed all of this was his father's doing. His father felt completely baffled. Baek Si-yeon said since you've gotten this far thanks to grandfather's blessing, then you can fight for everything else that comes next by yourself. Please don't use these dirty tactics to make Seo-ju and me stepping stones for your political career. In the elevator Baek Si-yeon tightly held Seo-ju's hand, saying with a face full of guilt you must really want to divorce me, replacing your disappeared sister as a sacrifice for the family alliance, and facing your in-laws' constant nonsense. You can't even speak up for yourself, because you can't talk. Just then that terrifying scene from before suddenly flashed through Baek Si-yeon's mind again. Then he told Seo-ju no matter what they say, don't take it to heart, because for their own benefit, they're people who can even replace their own children. Thinking about how her husband cared for her and her father during the day, and his actions protecting her without hesitation, Seo-ju couldn't bear to continue pretending to be the criminal, threatening her husband to divorce her. She wrapped the criminal's phone in tissue and threw it in the trash. Just as she was about to go downstairs to throw out the garbage, she was caught by her husband who came back from parking. Baek Si-yeon felt sorry for his wife and wanted to actively share the housework. The garbage bag seemed stuck to his wife's hand but he noticed